What's going on YouTube? Today we got a Harley-Davidson Street Rod 750. It's one of the kind of the smaller sporty type bikes, like sport bike kind of. It's got the 17-inch wheels, so this will be the first time for me doing one of these things, so I'm gonna bring you along and you'll learn as I learn. But from the looks of it, it doesn't look too hard, so let's take a look at the bike. I'm not particularly sure on the year. I want to say it's a 15 or 16. I forget, but here you go. All right. Now I'm going to use my Now I'm going to use my sport bike stands, so I'm sure those will work. If not, then I'll use my traditional cruiser style stands, jack and all that stuff. But it does look like it has some kind of frame underneath to where you can put like a cruiser jack underneath it. But I'm going to use sport bike style stands. See how that works. Alright, now I've opted to use the jack underneath the bike because I got looking at it. It's got this tail fairing here, so I don't know if that'd get in the way of using the stands. So this one's more adjustable and all that stuff. So let's get started. Take a flathead, take off our safety clip, a little safety clip. .36mm socket or wrench. Alright, we got our axle nut and washer. I had to use a wrench on the other side. The axle started spinning on me. Tap our axle in. Push the wheel forward a little bit. Ooh, something, nick something. Hey, spacer. Apparently there's a spacer. Take our belts off. Yeah, there's a spacer right there. We got our brakes here. There's another spacer. Kind of get that out. Another spacer. So you can't. Okay, so the caliper bracket is over the whole swing arm, so it goes over the whole swing arm like this. This is your swing arm. It goes over like this and slides on it. So roll the wheel back, try to get that off that swing arm if possible. If not, we're gonna have to unbolt the caliper, which I'm trying to avoid doing. Oh, I'll gingerly open my pads up. Hopefully that gives me some wiggle room. Okay. What I'm doing is the wheel's straight, I'm just turning it like this. The belt guard will flex a little bit, so see if I can't roll it around the caliper when I hit it. Okay. Well, looks like we can. Good. Just roll it out. Take our drive hub off. Pop out our rubber isolator. Take my 24mm, take the front axle nut loose. Got a nut in the washer. Now we're going to take a 6mm Allen. We're going to take our caliper off. Alright, last thing we do before we take the axle out is take an 8mm Allen. On the back side here, there's an Allen bolt. It's like a clamp on the axle. We're just going to loosen it up. We don't have to take it out. There we go. Now we're ready to take our axle out. Spacer on each side. Roll the wheel out. This has got an arrow, so we're good. Alright, we're going to change the tires. Alrighty, let's put this peg back in. First thing you're going to do, check your tire rotation before you leave the shop or whoever's changing your tires. These ones are easy. You got an arrow on the rotors. There's also an arrow on the wheel. I think on the very edge here somewhere on one side or the other. And matched it up with the arrow on the tire. So, roll our wheel in, grab our spacers, kind of get them lined up, or squared up, I should say. Oh, come on. There you go. Grab our axle. Stab that in. Sort of. There we go. Alright. Take our brake caliper, check our brake pads, which look pretty good. Slide the caliper over the rotors. Grab your hardware. Start it by hand. Always start your hardware by hand, if possible. Now that we got our calipers on, I'm going to take our axle nut and bolt. Get it on axle nut and bolt. Axle washer and nut. I'm going to put them on. Washer first, nut next. Now your axle's probably going to spin, so on the other side of the axle there's a hole drilled through. You want to grab a screwdriver or something like that. Keep it from spinning. And also keep the hole parallel with the ground. Now we're going to take our 8mm, we're going to pinch our bolt, tighten it down. This doesn't have to be super tight. Spin our wheel, pump our brakes up. There you go, let's do the back. Same thing with the back. We're going to check our tire rotation with our wheel. This one's easier because you got drive and brake side, so again, make sure you check that before you leave the shop. Put our rubber isolator in there correctly. There we go. Our drive hub. We're going to go in on an angle and kind of swoop it around the brake caliper. There we go. Gotta give it the wiggles. What am I doing? Okay. I got the bike up just a little high, so I'm gonna lower it down. Take our spacer, we're going to stick it between the wheel and the caliper. Get that in there. Still need to lower the bike some. That should be good. Feed our belt on. Take our washer. Since it fell out pretty easy, it should go in pretty easy. Which it does. Too easy because it's probably going to fall out. Grab our axle, try to stab everything together. There's the spacer. Okay, get it. There we go. There's the wheel. That sounds like the other spacer. Spacer. There's the caliper. Make sure you change your belt tensioners are in there. The wheel's gotta come back. Voila. Take our axle washer, our nut. My axle's probably going to spin again, so I'm going to put a wrench or something on the other side of the axle to prevent it from doing that. Just tighten it down. Make sure the wheel's all the way forward and these tensor plates are up against the swing arm. Okay? Put your safety clip on. Jack the bike up. Spin our wheel. Pump the brakes up. Good to go. There you go, guys. Again, I'm not entirely sure any year the customer didn't tell me, but this is a Harley-Davidson Street Rod 750. Both wheels showed you how to take them both off and on. Honestly, not that hard. First time ever doing it, and honestly, I think you can do it with the sport bike style stands. So, except for the front, you might want to loosen the axle nut and then loosen up that pinch bolt, because your stand might get in the way of that pinch bolt. So you might want to do that before you lift the front end up, and then you're gonna have to lower it back down to tighten the axle back up and then tighten that pinch bolt up, but which is not that big of a deal. So other than that, real easy. So if you like what you see, give me a big thumbs up, comment down below, just be gentle please, and if you know what year it is, let me know, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you check out my other videos. I got some riding videos, you know, I'm hoping to come out with some more here. Alright, adios.